All right, so
All right here.
hey guys, you can see that we are trying to get dinner going because we are now on location at our friend
Are you
Erica's
sitting
house, and we're getting dinner together because there's gonna be a lot of food and it's gonna be hilarious. And so, and if you know anything about having a family dinner, nothing ever starts on time. So, but there's gonna be a lot of amazing food. You got the kids, you got Viola, you got a host, Erica, running away because that's what the hosts do. Let's see.
That looks like wine over there.
Oh, hey, Royal!
Oh, you use that.
Royal's here, joining us for dinner.
Hi, Royal.
Yeah, so you can see we are just getting dinner together. So, we don't worry, when to more people to get in. Right now we got about, 3 people in here. Bear with us. We also got dog, cat, all that kind of fun stuff. Yeah. And for people on Instagram, I apologize because Instagram sucks and they only give you so much phone setup situation, so whatever. So, but say hi to 2 people that are on Instagram. Hey, Bobby Lee. Hey, is that Caitlin? Thanks for joining us for family dinner. Oh, hey, Jen on Facebook. Oh, and Roya, gave me last is that a taste thirsty emoji? There's Mora also saying hi.
Hi.
I'm not in the frame at all, am I?
No, you are in the frame. You're the important frame. Trust me.
Just
Instagram.
making sure I can move if we need it, but we're
No, in Instagram, they're only limited to you the small screen on the Instagram. So unless we push it, the thing even back, but then we might not see everybody. I know, right? This is what happens live. So what's for dinner? Roya said. Well, we are putting things together, but so far, what is this?
This is corned beef and cabbage, Irish style.
Corned
We
beef
have
cabbage.
some lovely fresh made rib type. We've got Irish garlic sausage on buns, a salad that I can't really identify,
That's still pickle salad.
dill pickle
Dill pickle
salad,
salad.
Dill pickle
and
salad.
we have the paste de resistance, a cottage pie yet on the way in.
There's also
Okay, you gotta
soda
just
bread.
say that slowly. For some of us, have no idea what it is. That it's Irish?
I'm pretty sure it's Irish.
Irish. Okay, say that again because
We're here in the month of March. Everything's Irish.
everything's
Even
Irish.
you.
I decided to wear red because I
Do you
don't
want
have
to
a
sit
green
here
shirt.
or over there?
Actually, I think I do, but I'm not gonna wear it.
Oh, sure.
Oh, fair enough.
Oh, hey, Rachel's joining us.
Where's Rowan?
Rowan was right there. Rowan
So
is no
we're
longer
live
there.
now, and we got Violet down at the head of the table. But we are still in the process of getting dinner
Yep,
together
and Rowan's
because
grabbing some stuff.
Rowan's doing a good job in providing the
Thank
cups
you.
for the glass for the drink beverage. And our host is still doing his thing in the kitchen, so yeah.
Do not knock the kitchen things. Kitchen things are important.
Good. So hey, wave, hi. So that's our host.
Don't
Erica.
delegate.
Don't delegate. So this is from our host. When you're cooking dinner for everybody, don't delegate. So what is cottage pie? Do we have a cottage pie?
Not yet. We said it was on the way.
It's on its way. What is cottage pie?
It's like shepherd's pie, but with beef.
It's like shepherd's pie, but with beef. So feel free to project. The mic is right here.
So does anyone know what shepherd's pie is?
Beef
Shepherd-
stew with mashed potatoes on the top.
Beef stew with mashed potatoes on top. There you go.
Beef
That's
stew with mashed potato.
well, it's good. So that's cottage pie. So shepherd's pie is typically mashed potatoes, and you have lamb, lamb,
It
and then
can
you
be
have.
made with beef too. Meat doesn't matter. The point is,
I don't know.
it's a protein stew baked in a pie shell with the crust made out of mashed potatoes rather than pastry.
I think
that
there's
is shepherd's
potential to
pie.
fight to the death of both of us.
You know,
Yeah, we'll do it DBC style. It's totally fine. I've already been building up energy for the past 39 years. It's all good.
Well, then I've got you beat by 13, so I'm pretty sure I'm over 9,000.
I have the hammer ability.
Rowan, are you going to eat all those?
Are these the same?
These two?
Okay.
They are generally the same.
Sorry, Instagram, if I pressed the button.
Cranberry with this.
So, Bobby D
Be
said, I
careful
love
taking too
my
many, because I
Irish
only made
and
barely
Irish.
enough to go around for like 2 each.
There we go. And we got lots of other things coming too.
Ooh, we got some burning hot things coming. So, for not very safety on equipment, I'm gonna try to turn this way to see the kitchen is being happening. Look at that. Look at our chef and her helper. So, all right, I'm gonna try to put it back here. Make sure we can get everybody in the shot. Yes, we have here. All right. So.
I actually skipped lunch for this, just FYI.
You skipped lunch for this.
I was supposed to meet with a friend of mine, but
See, that's commitment.
see,
When it comes to family dinner, you gotta make sure you have stomach and
I had a light
You can
snack
be
for
committed,
lunch.
or you can just be fat.
I am somewhere in the middle. So, thank you, Rachel, for being here.
Well, thank you for having me.
It might be easier for me to serve this in here, so
I
Perfect.
think that's
Who
probably
wants-
a wonderful idea.
I'll just grab plates and bring you a scoop so everybody can try some.
I'm willing to
Absolutely.
try.
I did one that's a little bit more
So is this
younger palate friendly, and
is this the
one,
cottage pie?
one that's a little bit more sophisticated. So it's got some wine in it, so it's a little heavier
Wine's
flavored.
fine.
Well,
It's okay.
kids, do you want? Oh yeah,
Mushrooms in
Ashton.
it.
Ashton loves shepherd's pie, so he should
Well,
like
there's
this.
I love
Alright, I'll
I
give you
shepherd's
hate them
pie.
bad enough that I might
Wait.
as well be allergic.
So I would
Okay,
just
I'll
say,
give you
That's
the
not
other one.
Here.
There's one that doesn't have.
if you want to take 2 plates, it's up to you. Then Ashton can have some.
Okay, cool.
All right. Anyway, as you can tell, things are happening, and thanks for the 5 people joining us. I don't know. So, who want to talk about how this magnificent theme of today's shows came about?
Well, I believe the initial suggestion came from our hostess because they're following Irish traditions. Tomorrow is St. Patrick's Day, is celebrated, in America at least. The Irish might argue with us. But the idea was that, we're going to have a number of either Irish or Irish fusion cuisines to help both celebrate the spirit of the holiday as well as showcase some of our individual tastes and talents.
I realize that dill pickle salad does nothing really.
I'm pretty sure there are cucumbers and dill in Ireland. I don't know how they're used, but we're going to give you a pass.
Well, I was going to say more like the dill pickle salad. Really, I mean, I think that it's more universal beyond trans concepts, but really, like
Did
trans
I-
women really love pickles.
Did
so.
I hear talent?
Really?
I talent.
Yeah, it's a thing.
It's a thing?
It's a thing.
So trans people have a special thing for pickles? I'm just
Trans
gonna start going around and ask all trans people, you like pickles?
women.
I'm gonna say my friend Violet, who's a trans woman, says she every trans woman loves pickles.
Absolutely.
Are you speaking for all trans women now? All trans people?
Absolutely. No.
Okay, so on Facebook and Instagram, on YouTube, our lovely Violet Grinsberg.
Oh, you butchered my last name too. I love it.
I don't care. I don't know.
So, anyways, this is a little bit about. I think this is a little bit about breaking bread, about family.
Yeah.
The repertoire that she may and I have are like basically like built around this concept of breaking bread, around this concept of camaraderie. The fact that we've been going on hikes for as long as we have, and we have a good understanding. So, I mean, through her dry sense of humor, I can actually sort of
My
understand.
straight sense of humor.
I can really understand sort of like your jokes behind it, and it makes me laugh.
Actually-
All I'm gonna do is just laugh with it.
Use the tongs.
Yep, you want to use the tongues.
And, obviously kids are working on table manner.
Yep, so here, you can ask. So Ashton, you can also ask Rowan to pass you a piece, or you can ask to pass the whole thing. So, and I'd say we can probably potentially pass the corned beef around if we want.
And we can get the sausages moving this way, I'm sure.
So like Violet said, one of the reasons why we kind of started this theme,
I'll help
and
with the
also
kids.
what Renee was talking about. Essentially, Erica, want to have us invite us for dinner because of celebration of Irish heritage, and then we start talking about just like our own different food heritage and get around food. And because like Violet said, like a lot of us are friends, but we're not just friends because like we happen to hang out with each other. There's a certain level of camaraderie about sharing food. I don't know, like, do you guys have, like, any culture, any, like, tradition in your family or in your friend circles that, like, relates to food? Because I feel like if I cannot sit down with you and eat with you,
I'm going to share this with you.
There's a very unlikely chance that, we could really, like, go any further than that.
There's a reason that in many
Where's the
cultures,
chef?
breaking bread or the culture of food is literally a tradition of hospitality. It's like sharing a meal is one of the most basic forms of indicating that you are welcome in my home or I am welcome in yours. So.
It's
Exactly.
a vulnerability. It's an intimacy.
It's a vulnerability, intimacy.
Yeah, I'm going to set up some here.
So our host, Erica, finally is sitting down, kind of.
I'm wedged in like a sardine.
So
But it's cool because we've got a whole bunch of people here. Sort of.
So
I
tell.
don't think they can see you. See her.
No, they can see.
That's okay. That's perfectly fine. The
Yeah.
camera has 80
Doesn't
pounds
show
anyway.
everything that we can see.
Dad, don't look at Instagram. Look,
Do you?
I'm good. I got
Okay.
everybody in
Are
the
you going to do a little bit of this?
Yeah.
One spicy, just one, please. Thank you.
I want that big fat meat too. Yes, I'm a meat eater. I'm a very proud meat eater.
I can't, my
So-
arms are too short here.
So what is this? Corned beef?
That's corned beef.
It's corned beef.
You'll notice it's not shredded.
It's not shredded corned beef. So here
I know
is
you
a
like
big
this,
piece of corned beef. So I'm enjoying
Do you
myself.
like this? Do you like this album or no?
I'm
Let's see.
snuggle up.
Yeah.
No, that's fine.
All right. Anybody want to pass me some sausages and such?
We would like to get the sausage and buns headed this way.
Yeah, sausage and
Sausage
buns.
Sure can. Here you go.
So
Did you get your mustard? Okay. Okay.
Perfect. Here, let's send that
you
down
know
that
what?
way.
I'm not gonna do the bun. I'm just gonna do the sausage. I'm gonna go straight up meat. I got enough carbs in this whole potato situation already. So yeah. So now y'all seeing us eating or preparing,
Careful
getting
your
ready to
elbow,
eat.
Ron.
Um,
Thank you.
So Erica, actually, Renee was talking about this is really your brainchild. So, like, well, you started this, idea by enticing us to eat,
Rolling.
to come to your house to eat. So, like, you want to talk more about that?
Yeah. Well, I just, I've met you guys and liked you all, and so I wanted to open my home and share some time with you and be able to get to know everybody better. And so here you are. Now that we can
And by the way, it's a lovely
be
home.
together.
Amazing.
Yeah.
Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you.
It's fun to entertain in.
Yeah.
Now
Can
that I
you
can.
please pass the sausage buns and butter?
Yes, we'll get you the buns and butter.
Perfect,
Thank you,
Ashton.
Ashton.
Thank you for asking.
Yeah. So,
I also want sausage.
and the sausage. Okay, we'll
Oh my
pass you
gosh.
the sausage.
Can you move your glass just a little bit, and then I can get these a little
Okay.
closer to you? There you go.
I'm
Mama, can I have some bread?
sorry.
No, you just,
You sure
we
can.
got everybody. Trust me. This camera is
Here we
awesome.
go.
So, Erica, like, here's a question. Why did you
Welcome.
feel like you want to invite us for a meal at your house versus, like, go out to a restaurant or even just, like, a coffee or something, like something that's less intimate or in your house, things like why this versus
Pass that,
any
please?
kind of other invite? Why not just have a meeting,
Because for me, this is an expression of, hey, I like you all. And so this is an expression of, more so had I prepared the whole meal myself, but it was a work day. But this was the only day that Renee could be here, and we wanted to share the day with Renee as well.
Thank you.
So, but no, this is, I like sharing,
You pass the butter.
expressing my appreciation and affection for people through cooking
Do cooking?
and sitting down and sharing time with them.
Yeah.
So,
And that's pretty much a lot
so
of
this
culture.
means, hey, I like you.
Food is love.
And
Yeah,
yeah, actually
exactly.
food in a lot of culture and a lot of people's family it's love.
Yeah.
You know, like I'm not a big cooker, but like if I'm like willing to bring food to your house or eat food at your house or act like I'm making food and sharing it with you, like that's actually a pretty big deal.
Or in reverse, if you allow your friends to come into your kitchen and use it to make food. Thank you.
That is true.
At our last
Yeah,
gathering.
or come to my tiny kitchen to, you know, make food in my kitchen. So that's also a big deal. Well, not a big deal, but yes. So. Rachel, do you have any, as somebody who, do you have any food tradition in your family or importance of like share meals with family and things like that?
Yeah, usually like we eat together a lot. I suppose the traditional ones would be Thanksgiving and Christmas. You know, Christmas morning we always have quiche. So, and not the last few years, but with the quiche is usually like a coffee cake.
Maybe some drinks. Some drinks.
Mom, have I
I'll
ever
bring it over.
tried quiche?
Yes, you
You
have
have.
eaten
There you go.
quiche.
Thank you.
Every Christmas morning you eat quiche.
So maybe it's say more
I'm
about the
probably-
significance of quiche. Like why quiche? And you know, and
I
is to say
actually-
hi.
I actually don't know. We've just been doing it for as long as I remember. So
Is there like a special quiche recipe that in your family or anything like that?
they use my grandma's pie crust recipe for it.
Yes, there you go.
So they usually have me make the crust because I make my grandma's apple pie.
Oh, okay. So
Oh,
you're trying to make us
Taste the
apple
first
pie
one.
now? Is that what you're trying to do?
I was just saying the crust. I mean, I can make apple pie if you want. I mean, I'm pretty good at it.
And how
Cooking
many?
is not my favorite thing to do, but I'm good at pie.
And think of how many years that crust has been going.
Yeah.
Talk about tradition. That's cool.
You want some on anything? Want some on your?
Renee, can you do me a favor? Since
I
you
don't
can
think
get
so, right
out,
there.
would you rescue the soda bread, please?
Absolutely.
Would you just poke the top and make sure it doesn't squish? Thank you.
So our host Erica made the corned beef, and Jen Patrick said corned beef is her favorite. So what are your favorite, like, you know, one of you guys, some of your favorite, like, dinner, you know, a meal that you like to share, yeah? Like, folks, I was just asking people online as well as yeah, here, like, is corned beef like kind of when you're big?
Very little bit of give to it. I'm not sure.
Pull it. I think we're gonna call it good.
Okay.
We can put some soda bread out.
I love cooking soul food, so I love
Soul food.
cooking fried chicken and greens and fried catfish and hush puppies.
I love
Wait, you're drooling.
I'm not drilling, it's just food.
Hush puppies are good.
Yeah.
I love hush puppies.
You do?
You do.
Do you know how to make hush puppies?
I love them.
No, but my mom does not like them.
No. I've never heard of someone who doesn't like hush puppies.
We
That's
get them.
cool.
We get them from Long John Silver's.
Ew. Okay.
Well,
And
maybe
I
that's
always
why.
give them to the
Yeah.
kids.
They
don't
look like food from a fast food supposedly.
Oh my God, those sausages.
I guess
So
I've
for the
never
people
had
on
a homemade hush
TV,
puppy.
anything
Well-
you
The
guys
sausage
interested,
is good.
want to
The
know?
corned beef
Ask
is
question.
good.
Like, this corned beef is, oh, delicious. Okay, so tell me, what the difference between shredded corned beef and unshredded corned beef? What is the importance? What's the difference, and why?
So
Cooking in the oven rather than a slow cooker.
I was going to say the difference is between doing it right and wrong.
Okay.
I'm
So you
kidding.
did it wrong or you did it right? You know.
Well, I still did it wrong, even though it wasn't shredded. Just mostly because I tried to high cook it and I did a bad job. That's totally fine though.
At the game night we had you know, corned beef, and I was told I was supposed to shred my corned beef, so
Did you cook it and then shred it?
I was told I'm supposed to do that. I
Oh,
was told that it's supposed to be softened and to be shredded.
You did it pulled meat style, so you just
It
left
was-
in there so long
I
it
think
was
it was
pork
good.
tender and you just shredded as you served it.
I didn't even think about it. I just figured, oh, that's nice and tender. So I didn't. No judgment.
Yeah.
Hey, you know what? $20 from Costco. All I had to do is just put 2 cups of water in a slow cooker, and y'all are satisfied. I'm okay with that.
And I think it's really also interesting to note too, like you go to different recipes and they do things different ways. Like I mean, like when I went online to go look at the stuff with the corned beef, it's like you have to cover the corned beef, which I mean, 2 cups wasn't enough. So like, okay, so I need to do, so that's what it told me. It was like cover it, and then also like I did it on high, which I mean caused it to sort of be like, not shreddable. Then it also had an interesting color to it, but that's neither here nor there.
Yeah, I cooked mine like I
Did you
did
do
was like
yours in the oven?
No, I did ours in like a slow cooker, but fast in a slow cooker. It's not the right way to do things.
We didn't get it in the morning like we should have. Violet told me to get it in the afternoon.
Yeah,
So it's like, okay.
I didn't know. That's fine.
I started my
Then
slow cooker on a slow at 9 o'clock.
I actually didn't know that. No, so it's okay.
Well, this I did at 1:30 on high.
On a slow cooker?
Yeah, in the crock pot.
In a crock pot?
Yeah.
So again,
Oh.
the difference between shredded and not shredded. You have a slice. Like, what is this about?
Huh.
Like, is this just like the Irish right way of doing it?
I don't know. It's just the way I've always done it.
Yeah,
I mean, sometimes I've gone too long and it's gotten squishier, and I've just sort of gone, whoops, oh well, all right, fine. It's just about presentation. You still put the goo on it and eat it and enjoy it, so who cares?
But when you're serving it on a platter, rather than serving it out of the slow cooker, the nice sliced loaf and stuff arranged around it
When you're
looks a
doing
little
it,
prettier.
yeah, for presentation, if it had come out like nice and soft and squishy for this, I'd have gone, oh.
So for people at home who's watching this still, like you guys have it like your thing, shredder, slice, corn brisket. Ooh, is corn?
Corned beef or corned brisket? I would
Is that the
say
same
It
thing?
is a brisket.
Yeah.
It's just
different type of meat or different cut of meat, maybe. Or
It's brisket cuts. It's just the fact
corn.
that it's been corned.
it's
Corning is basically a pickling process for meat.
That's what I was trying to
and it
that
doesn't
why
have anything to do with actual corn.
If you have actual corn in there, I'm not going to say you're doing it wrong, but you're not doing it Irish,
I'm guessing peppercorns is what it really
Oh, there you
what
go.
comes
among
from.
other things. Yes.
Yeah, that's why I probably actually presume. But I'll make the
Like,
joke
how
about
much
corn.
salt
If I had
is
my
in
phone
there?
at the
Because
table,
it's
I
like
would
so
give you
simple.
the etymology of corning, but sadly, I don't
I'll tell
have
you
to
to
memorize stuff.
Oh my God! There's what is this? Cornish pie? Delicious.
Good.
Erica,
Why
Yes.
are you looking at me? Look
what
at the TV.
kind of bread is this?
That's soda bread.
We have like
Wait, so
5 people watching
where's
that
the
TV
soda
apparently.
This is the soda bread.
Oh, can you pass some along,
It
please?
tastes so good.
Good.
Perfect. For whatever reason, I thought there was I wasn't sure if.
So for soda
That's
bread,
just
I
the
think
bread
you
that I
made
made earlier this morning.
Oh, okay,
I did one batch at 5:30
Oh,
this
okay.
morning
bread.
perfect. So why is it called soda bread?
because you make it with soda,
So
Do
like
you use
baking,
Pepsi or Coke?
baking
Oh,
soda
baking
or
soda. baking soda.
baking soda? Okay, got it.
I was hoping it would be
Banana
Coke,
bread.
Pepsi.
Well, and the funny thing with this is I screwed up this morning. I accidentally poured the raisins in it.
Butter, please.
If you
I'm
wanted
sure it can
Coke
help
in
you
your
out.
baked goods, we should have gone back to game
Because I
night.
have
That's
it
when you had
in the
Coke in your baked goods.
So I make sure they're also eating the food in front of you. Okay?
Wait, I had Coke in my bacon?
There's raisins
night?
in this.
What?
No, I don't think so.
Cake I made.
No raisins.
Oh,
Make sure you eat the other food on your plate too, kids.
How do I like this if I don't like raisins?
How can you not like
Because they're
raisins?
hiding.
Raisins are
Yeah.
amazing.
Well,
There's
because you
raisins in
understand.
this?
Because you understand too that just because an ingredient isn't something doesn't necessarily mean you won't eat it. I mean, there's plenty of people that eat pizza but don't like tomatoes, right?
Oh yeah, like me.
Oh yeah.
I don't like peas, but I'm only picking out about half of them.
so Essie
You
likes
only
to
told me about the
make
mushrooms.
Quiche.
You
from
probably
scratch.
wouldn't have even tasted the mushrooms in the
So
other
Essie
one.
makes quiche from scratch.
Peas, I can swallow whole and ignore. Mushrooms, I actually have
And you
a
got
reaction.
her. So Essie, I guess next time we have an event, you go make us some quiche, right? From scratch.
Yep. And as I say, that's what we do. That's what we do on Christmas morning. Is we do it from scratch. Like I said, the dough that she makes, and then we throw all the eggs in, and then whatever else we're going to do. Typically, I think it's just mostly eggs and cheese and milk or whatever it
And
is. And ham, okay. And we do the ham from the previous night.
Yep.
Because we'll do like ham on like Christmas Eve or something, and then we'll throw the leftover ham into the quiche the next morning.
You got to be careful when we do quiche potlucks because you love mine, but you were regretting it the day after, weren't you?
Oh yeah, no. Was that chorizo? Was it?
Yes.
Was that chorizo?
Chorizo was the Dave's Insanity
Can you
sauce.
bring me
that
the-
burned
Oh
the
yes, yes,
inside
yes.
out,
I love the
think.
Dave's Insanity sauce. So Renee had made one with Dave's Insanity sauce, and it was delicious, and it also burned. It was pretty bad, but I love
Can I
spicy
have more?
of all types.
So I have a question. You know, a lot of our events have food involved. You know, as some of the organizer of the collective.
Mhm.
Do you think that if we don't have food involved in any of our activity, would it be the same?
I don't think so.
Why?
So we talk about that concept of breaking bread. Talk about the fact that you really can actually that you
Can I have
bond
more?
better over having a meal. That you could actually, and Erica mentioned this too, like basically put a little bit of yourself into a meal, like a home cooked meal. It sort of exemplifies some of the bits and pieces of who you are. And when you do that, especially bringing somebody into your house, it helps you bond better. It helps you sort of understand them a little bit more. And I mean, so that's why without having that bond of like sitting down and having food together, you can, without doing that, we wouldn't be able to understand each other as much as we could. And I mean, I think that's really integral.
It's a nice icebreaker too.
Mm.
You can chat over dueling chocolate cake or whatever.
And to be honest, all that being in no way, shape, or form wrong, it's just simple logistics. If you're agreeing to get together and hang out for 4 or 5 hours doing something, it's going to take you through a meal time. And if you don't have food, people are going to be tempted to leave whatever you're doing and go get food, and that kind of breaks up the event. So having the food means you're giving people a reason to stay and enjoy rather than go, I got to go and hit the drive-through. Sorry.
Yeah, that's actually
It's mere practicality, but everything else we said is absolutely true. And those are the important reasons. Practicality is just and by the way, we live in the real world part.
Yeah. Well, there's also the big queer dinner. Like,
Yeah.
even though we had that at a restaurant, I think the mere fact that it was relating to food also has made a factor
Can
for
you
why,
pass the
30
butter?
people attended.
Mama, sorry, I have to head all the way back home.
okay. Well, see you later, Ashton.
100
But-
years later.
Yeah, I mean, I agree. Like you look at
I forgot something.
at the
3D.
at the board game events.
Hey,
I mean,
Chris.
we wouldn't be able to sit around and we wouldn't be able to sit around and continue playing if we didn't offer up some food. That's why we ask people, because we're going to be there for, like Renee said, we're going to be there for like 4 or 5 hours.
Yeah.
I used to host one at host one at like a coffee shop back in Fargo, and we always had ability of going to go get coffee or food there while we were gaming. But if we're like, there aren't as many places where it's easy to do that here in this area in rural Douglas County, and so instead we try to do the best job that we can to offer something similar, like a potluck in a larger spot where we can be socially distanced, where we can feel comfortable having everybody in a spot rather than trying to cram around somewhere. Especially as we continue having events and have more people. I mean, it's good to sort of have that policy of like, bring some food. We can all share, and I think we can do it in a way where, yeah, you don't have to take off and go, well, it's time to go get food.
Yeah.
See you later.
I want to tell you something.
What do you got, Ashton?
How about let's tell what we're thankful for. I am thankful for my mom for making me wear a mask because I kind of love wearing masks, and during school, because I love my mask, and when I am cold I can just put up my hood and
You're like a ninja.
so then this part my face wouldn't be cold.
Mm-hmm.
They have been convenient in the wintertime, huh? For keeping you warm.
Yeah.
Thanks, Ashley, for sharing. That's like, I think the ninja note is actually sometimes is kind of pretty cool. As long you could breathe properly. I have a hard time breathing in those. So I think also another thing that we kind of starting doing a little bit is that after the hike, especially the ones that we've been doing out in July, we a lot of time we end up going to the coffee shop,
Mhm.
Adam Coffee, and just get like a
Yeah.
small breakfast there. And that's been also really joyful to spend like an additional hour hang out with folks and eating and and it sometimes feels like a whole nother conversation happens there.
Right, and we've done that a couple times. Like I said, the hikes that we've had out at Wolf Creek, Shadow Falls. As things continue to open up later on at like the North Umpqua, like Susan Creek and Fall Creek Falls, they're around the corner. It's gonna be a long time for Swiftwater, but a lot of those down the way for stop in is at Glide and Adam Bistro Coffee, and it's a really good place.
Which one came first, the chicken or the egg? Everybody who doesn't know this one, everybody that knows this one, don't guess.
Oh, at the same time.
Like Rowan and Mom, that's what I mean. Which one came first? Chicken.
The chicken.
Nope, the egg.
Can you explain?
It is because there is a chicken-like creature. I think in the Jurassic period, that laid this that bond with another one, which laid an egg, which the egg mutated into a chicken.
That's really awesome. Thank you
So,
for sharing that. You're learning so
The
much.
kids were discussing this in the car, and it made me realize that this question is actually asking what you believe in, whether you believe in God or you believe in evolution.
Say more about that.
Well, because, if you believe in God and you believe that God put every creature on the earth, well, then obviously the chicken came first, right? But for the egg, well, if the chicken evolved from a dinosaur, it goes through that process. So the egg would have to come first because, yes, it mutates or it evolves in the process. So...
Or you can look at it as a question of semantics. After all, the original riddle doesn't specify a chicken egg. Therefore, the egg definitely came first because dinosaurs laid eggs too.
Because dinosaurs are like reptiles. And can I tell you how they know what dinosaurs look like? So reptiles and animals, they actually have a difference in their skull. So animals just like a basic skull. And then reptiles have holes over here.
Yeah.
And so the
You probably want
dinosaur
ice.
skull will have holes over here. And that's how they knew that it was all reptile-y, and then when they put the bones together, they knew what
It was
the
refrigerated. I think
shape
you have
would
to
look
send
like.
to the
And
market, but
so since they knew that
I always like colder.
if they had holes on top of their head, they would know that it's scaly, so they know what dinosaurs would have looked like.
Well, they actually think dinosaurs had feathers, and they believe that they are warm-blooded rather than cold-blooded.
Hi, Christina. Thanks for joining us for dinner. Just for those who's coming in and watching us eat, we've been doing this for about 30 minutes now. But we have corned beef, soda bread, some sausages, some bread for sausage, and dill salad.
Dill pickle salad.
Dill pickle salad that apparently I cannot say it. I can't.
Dill pickles are a favorite of trans women.
What she said. So and then also cottage pie, right? Which is
Not usually.
related to
It's not
shepherd's
only
pie
trans women
kind
love
of.
pickles. Everyone
Yes.
else can love pickles.
Okay. I'm still really
Pickles,
confused,
you
but
love
sure,
pickles.
I'll eat it.
It's just food.
I even drink
Good food.
pickle
Pass the
juice.
butter,
Good food,
please.
very good. Very.
Do you drink pickle juice?
I've sometimes drinking pickles.
As the butter.
Renee, can you
Do
pass
you,
the butter,
Mom?
please?
I love pickles more than you.
I thought you were yelling at me.
Thank you.
And by the way, I will actually just say this for
I'm
people that are
just
on
deaf
here.
enough
I would
that.
drink a whole
Thank
jar
you
of
for saying
pickle
Renee
juice.
loud enough to get my attention.
Oh, Tina
Otherwise,
is half
I was oblivious.
Irish. So, Tina, you want to share some Irish dishes with us?
Ashton, can you come eat your food, please? Rowan, are you done?
Yeah, come on over, quick,
Are you
before
done?
it's gone.
Do you not want your corned beef? Pastor,
I'm done.
Pastor, did you want more corned beef, Ashton?
Can you pass the mustard?
We have actually like 9 people watching us eat. So Essie actually mentioned about using corn brisket, raisin in the tiny box, then you blow through the box and it makes a whistle. Chicken, spinach, onion, broccoli, and patisserie crust. Oh, and cheddar.
Was there shrimp stuff by the way? Did you say there's like a fish pate or something? What were you saying earlier?
I was hoping you'd forget about that.
Oh.
My kid was kind of a typical teenager and pulled a butthead move.
So we were supposed to have additional dishes, but it's okay.
Well,
No, there
something
was
or
going
eat
to be an addition. Okay, so the kid buys a bucket of salmon, smoked salmon bagel spread, or smoked salmon
That's so
spread.
curious because I'd be eating that with the soda bread like Madhouse.
That'd be good, probably. Anyway, from Costco, it's like this big. Never take a teenager to Costco when they're hungry, right? Anyway, so he buys this thing. It's this big. So he has one bagel with it on it and then lets it sit in the fridge. And I'm like, oh my God, this stuff was, I don't know how expensive it was, but I'm watching it and it's going to go bad. So I say to everyone, oh yeah, we'll have the leftover blah, blah, blah. So I growl at him and I say, look, I'm going to feed it to the company that comes because you're not eating it. Well, all of a sudden it starts going down like, somebody pulled the plug on it. So I go to put it out and I look and there's like 3 tablespoons left. Creep.
What is he, like 18, right?
17 and a half.
17 and a
Almost.
half. So very good hunger. Good appetite.
Hunger
That's
and
the word.
obnoxious, yes.
Very
Ages
Hungarian.
between 5
Very
and 18
Hungarian.
have
Very
is
Hungarian.
very, very important. You can't
That was
leave that on.
That was it.
That was a joke. Yeah.
And he would have been here to enjoy all of this and all of you, except he had made a previous commitment to go see the Batman movie.
Wait,
No,
the Batman movie is out?
it's not called the Batman movie. It's just called the Batman.
Or whatever.
Wait, what?
He also could have bought like a Little Caesars Batman calzone to also walk in movies.
Oh, I know, I saw that. That's hilarious.
I had that too.
What?
Oh, there's a cross promotion with Little Caesars where they have a Batman calzone, and it's sort of like there's like the wings of the bat are like 2 pieces of like pizza, and then the 2 sides, the top and the bottom of the bat signal are like calzone parts.
Did everybody stab a cheap pizza yesterday? It was the Ides of March. You had to stab a Little Caesar.
No, I didn't even think about it. That would have been fun.
Or stab a bottle of Caesar dressing, which I did not either, because that seems really wasteful, and I like Caesar dressing. If I stab that, then it just is going to go to waste too.
And we
If you
got
stab through the bottle, you could
Leo,
always stab through the
Ollie.
open neck.
Say hi, everybody. Food looks delicious.
Good point.
Yeah.
Hello.
We got 9 people watching us eat
So,
right now, and apparently
this Batman
one
or-
on Instagram.
The Christian Bale Batman.
No, wait. Are you giving me an option? I have no clue which Batman is currently going on, and
Oh, you didn't see it? Did you
Is it
see it?
like
So
Robert
Joe
Pattinson or
kind of
something?
Oh, is it Ron- it's Twilight Guy.
Yeah, Twilight Guy.
I
Great
mean,
people, lively
I mean,
conversation. It is great to
We've
have
gone
young
from
people to lively
comedy
conversation.
Batman
No.
to nipple armor Batman to hot psycho Batman to now we have emo Batman. So I don't know whether we consider this progress. Personally, me not
My
so much.
favorite Batman movie is Batman Forever. Just because of that one line, because I used to watch the old corny Batman shows, and
Where
that
did
line
they do the
just got me, just like, holy rusted metal, Batman!
I just have like basically like I think it was the Dark Knight series.
The Dark
That's one
Knight,
that
yeah.
comes in my head. Where like, where are they? Where are they? Like that sort of scenario. I do that. I pull that one of the kids and like, wow, where did that come from? Like, just so I can drop the voice down when I need to. Where are they?
Yeah, what was it? So there's the Dark Knight series. What was the one where the Joker was there? That was
Joker's
the-
been in
in all
all
of
of them, different Jokers. Which Joker?
No,
you
but the Dark Knight series.
Yeah, I don't know. Maybe the second one. I'm not
Second
really
one?
sure.
Yeah.
I see.
Oh, you mean the dead one?
Yeah, I think
Ledger.
Yeah,
that
no,
was
Heath
the best.
Ledger.
I think that was the best Joker.
Ledger.
Other than
Actually, he was the best. He was the best Joker.
well, that and then who's that other one that was in the older one?
Jack Nicholson.
Jack Nicholson. That was also no.
Well, we had some discussions the other day. I don't know which value of we, but they are both equally amazing performances. Those of us who are old enough started with Cesar Romero in the TV Batman show, and that was nothing but comedy and slapstick. Jack Nicholson kept just enough air of the lightheartedness of that while injecting some real psycho and evil into it to make an absolutely perfect characterization during the Michael Keaton era. But then Heath Ledger's took it the other way. There was no humor left. This was real world. If a man snapped and with this just outright pure evil, and they're both amazing performances. You can't really compare them to each other. They're each worthy in and of themselves. Because now we're talking about Batman, not food. We need to go back to Calzone.
I'm not appropriate to eat around apologies.
So this is also part of family dinner. Is there's not always what's appropriate or what's matter.
You know, this is still in ACA. We don't have too many questions coming in.
I know. A lot
Let's
of
get
people
some
just
questions.
any questions? There's people just like look like you guys have delicious food. Nobody want to ask us a question. They just want to eat with us. People's like, I think I need to go cook dinner now.
It doesn't even have to be about food. We've got a bunch of
Recipe
people. Is there
ideas?
somebody you want to ask something specific?
Hey, there are 6 people on right now.
She made. I have a realty question for you.
Oh, jeez. Okay.
This is going to go back to a conversation we just talked about. If the Batcave
Oh my gosh.
would go on the market right now and you were in charge of putting it on the market, how much would it go for? Now, keep in mind, let's say we found the Batcave. We found the Batcave and it was off of Tiller Trail Highway, outside of Days Creek. How much would it go for? Go.
Is
Okay,
it empty
is it-
or furnished?
That's what I was about to ask. Is it fully equipped with all the equipment, all the surveillance equipment, all the maintenance equipment, and even include the
He left it-
Batmobile and the Bat?
He left it all behind.
He left it all behind. It's all
Fully
that's on it.
furnished.
Fully furnished.
Wow.
Fully equipped. And does it come with actual bats too?
I'm guessing the bats are still there. But I guess the question is, do the bats drop the value if you can't control the bats, or does it increase the value?
Well, I think it depends. Like, what are you using the bats for? Are you using it for ambiance?
I mean,
or
processed
swab
and
decoration,
skills,
or what?
fertilizer,
Isn't that
and
your job to
vampire.
market it however way you want to market? Do you want to market it for ambiance, or do you want to market for what do you want to market it for?
Organic
What do you-
gardening.
Oh yeah,
Yeah,
guano.
I was saying, there's a whole lot of
Oh.
guano there.
Now we're
So if you want to,
I think the whole topic is a whole lot of guano.
Like, I feel like, for the bat cave, given it's all surveillance equipment and all the stuff, it would be amazing. And the guano situation, it would be such an organ situation. You know why? It would be amazing grow. It's a cannabis grow.
okay. So still gonna give me a price.
Price? Well, how big is I don't know how big is bat cave.
Let's just say you got approximately, let's say,
Well, it's under a mansion.
yeah. I suppose it's true.
Right.
So it's underneath my so
Is it like as big as a football stadium or smaller?
I'd say
What's
you're
the
probably
range?
looking at maybe about like a cumulative like 5,000 square feet.
Oh, that was like okay. Do we know it's like Batman's, or we just assume it's Batman? Or like is it reality Batman? Because here's also the thing is like really interesting when it comes to movies. Like if zombie movie did not exist, do we actually know that there's such thing as zombies?
And that's very true. So like the thing is that we don't.
If you've
you
ever
don't, you
seen
don't
me
really.
before noon, you know there are such things as zombies.
So I guess it's,
Well, I'm pretty certain I have an idea of what I could consider zombies, but
so no, you're actually like. So let's get back to the Batman part. You're correct. The thing is, it's supposed to be a hidden place, so you're not really supposed to know it's Batman's.
it
like,
could just be some random
yeah,
thing that's just left behind.
but when you go into it, you very clearly realize like this is all the stuff I've seen in Legend. This is the stuff like basically matches very precisely of like this is the stuff that Bruce Wayne dabbled into, and then you know for certain. So
I know.
so you know for certain, like, okay, like you look at it and go, this has to be Batman's cave. You don't know that because it's not like he ever actually would go out and tell people, like, I live off of Days Creek, like over near closer to Milo, wherever it might.
Days Creek, I thought it was supposed to be Gotham.
The thing is, nobody's actually telling it's in Gotham. I mean,
Let's
you're
face
talking
it.
about, we're translating to real world here.
You're living in Oregon. Are you going to move to Gotham? I know.
Absolutely not. Batman fights crime in Roseburg.
Yeah.
Well, I would say Days Creek don't have the highest property value,
Okay.
but I'm not quite sure if I'd be able to comp 5,000 square foot underground cave that's fully furnished because I could price it, but I need to have some comps for it. So I might have to start looking outward to see some missile silos and see what they are sold for and use those prices as comparables.
It's going to be a cash buyer.
It is definitely going to be a cash buyer, but I'm also saying if I'm going to market it as an underground grow with an amazing surveillance system and lighting system with your homegrown guano,
I think that's a great way to market it too, because I know that you're looking for people that want security. They want to be able to just be out in the middle of nowhere that have. I mean, we have this. I mean, I think that there's a potential of having a market here.
And what safer place than underground?
like an off the grid system that basically has surveillance cameras and has an underground thing that you basically have self sufficient.
Well, I also assume the back cave will have its own power source, so it's totally off the grid. You don't even have to worry about drawing too much power and get noticed, because that's one of the thing about a lot of indoor grow is they draw too much power and get noticed by the power company.
Underground river and waterfalls,
I'm
hydroelectric
curious,
is
do you have-
canon.
That is true.
Do you have
That
any
is-
questions, by the way? I'm curious if you have any
Yes.
questions since
What question?
from your viewers.
Are people still listening? Okay. Fortress of Solitude is cold and long trip to Grocer. This is from Essie. And yeah, it's under Wayne Manor. So Essie and the 5 other people on. Do you have any question about this whole back cave situation? As a realtor, how would you recommend me to how should I sell it? Do you have a question for me about this whole back cave listing situation? Because
Do your family dinners deteriorate into?
I will market it the way it needs to be marketed.
Iguana.
Not a family
How to price it
until
is
Guano
a
was
different
mentioned.
question.
No, actually, so this is actually I do think they were mentioning something too when you talk about conversation around the table and you talk about basically the organicness of how conversations change over time. You start talking about stuff along the lines of, that's pretty awesome, Ashton, and you're also it's about Dare to Die. So you're going to have to make sure to save. You talk about the organicness of basically going from one conversation to the next, and then suddenly you arrive at talking about Batman, Batman Begins, Batman, wherever his underground cave / Wayne Manor might be, somewhere around Milo, Days Creek, Cutoff Road. Potentially, I mean, that's sort of where you're looking at.
Well,
Actually,
as a
Milo's Batman,
resident,
she's distracting you. It's actually an azalea.
well, as the resident GIS for Douglas County, I'm sure you've seen enough maps to find out where's the cave at, right?
Well, and I've already told you the fact that I very clearly feel, I think I've already been over this before with you, that fact that I've looked
let
at...
our audience know. Tell the audience.
Okay, so I work for the county and I make, I'm the GIS coordinator, so I make maps, and I look at all this map data all the time. I've been doing it for basically a year and a half. And so I very clearly have this feeling that I've been to Glendale. And Glendale is basically the southernmost city in Douglas County. I go there and I see where the supermarket is, and I know where the community center is, where the senior center is, and where the city hall is, and all the multiple parks with how the rail system looks and everything like that. I know it inside and out. But I've never actually been there. It's really wild. The fact I've actually looked at imagery all over the place there, and I've looked at Google Street View, but as I'm driving by, I'm I haven't actually been there. Have I? Yeah. No, I haven't been there. But it only feels like I've been there. Why would I have been there?
You've been there in the Matrix,
And,
Eric.
and I realized maybe through working on maps so much that it actually inceptioned myself into thinking that I've been to Glendale, and I really haven't been.
So do you feel like you might have also inception this whole Batman cave thing?
I'm pretty sure you can find it. I'm pretty sure you can find it off of Days Creek Cutoff Road off of Tiller Trail Highway.
So there's actually a cave entrance over there.
Absolutely not.
Okay.
But there's a mansion.
Yeah, there are bridges out there.
So what we got here? We got Jake saying hello, hey, and we got Essie. It's if it's bank on short sale, I'll be willing to put in a bid. Hey, Essie's willing to put a bid. One of the things we've been talking about as far as things that the queer community needs is like a lot of housing, and we've been talking about what is it like doing like a queer commune or something, by like an RV park or something.
Yes.
So maybe a bat cave is also another option. In addition to
It could be. I mean,
RV.
like think how many rooms are in Wayne Manor. I mean, literally. I mean,
Actually, I don't know how many rooms in the Ring Manor.
like 34. Straight face.
She has no
34. Maybe 35. I'm pretty sure it's 35. I changed my
42.
answer. 42. The answer is 42. Meaning of life.
Is that
Bring a towel.
is that rooms or is that bedrooms?
Any room can be a bedroom if you put a bed in it.
She's not
That
wrong.
is true.
There you go.
Well, legally, what's considered a bedroom, it has to have a closet.
I could not do that one. I couldn't actually do that one without smiling. I don't want to say straight face because nothing
What
about this
about
face
a
is
towel
straight.
closet that's in a bathroom and you put a bed in there?
But
You find a bed in
how
it.
do you put a bed in a towel closet?
No, not in the towel closet. But if you put a bed in your bathroom, if your bathroom was big enough, and it has a towel
You
closet,
put
would that be legally a bathroom or a
Oh.
bedroom?
Oh no! Or,
But you can't have a bedroom.
Why not?
yeah, bathroom bedroom combo.
You've never seen some really pretty studio apartments.
Like literally, you have the bed here, and then you have the toilet there, and it's all good.
We when we were looking at houses with my parents, we went to this one house, and
Oh, yes.
upstairs there was like this room upstairs, and then there was another room that was
Do you
huge,
know this place?
and it just had a toilet in it. That's it. It just had a toilet in it, but it was huge, just like it was the toilet room.
I think that truly deserves the title of the throne room.
The throne room.
Yeah, as I say, we had looked at a house before that had a throne room where basically like the toilet literally was on 2 pedestals because there was on
Val
pedestal,
had
another
a
pedestal,
throne room.
and then the toilet was on there. And I mean, of course, it's because the bottom floor is the floor is like basically like concrete. You couldn't drill into it, so they need to have something like so they built like a pedestal, and then they probably realized they couldn't do it from that, so they built another pedestal on top of that, and then they had
room
basically
for the plumbing.
yeah.
For the plumbing.
Are you talking about Val's old house?
Yes, I actually have. That is
She
it.
had a throne room.
That is
Like,
what
it
I'm talking
was-
about.
Yeah, her toilet was on a pedestal. It was hilarious.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, it's sort of what you had to do.
Well, I've been to one of those really off the grid houses where you don't have septic or anything, so you just put a barrel in the bathroom, and then your toilet is like raised and everything. Well, it's not really a toilet; it's just a toilet seat that's on top of a barrel. And then once the barrel is full, they take the barrel and toss it out.
Gross.
Well, it's called a composting toilet.
I don't know that that's been composted.
In some places, it's called a composting toilet.
Yeah,
In other places, it's just a.
I wouldn't.
I will hope that it will get compost eventually, but like a barrel, that's a lot of crap.
Did I or could I?
So,
Did I? Did you?
all
I did.
right, what else we got?
Is it on now?
Oh yeah, I was just wondering.
You can go poke around as long as you don't
Mhm.
dig it. Are your shoes on? No, your shoes aren't on. You can go poke around. You can go see. You can go see what's down there. Just don't dig in any boxes because there's
Yeah.
breakables.
Let's keep that.
So, but you're welcome to go look.
All right, I finally finished my food because. Chat. All right, who else we got here? Essie said there is also an incinerated toilet. Oh, I did saw a house that had an incinerator toilet.
Wait, did you say incinerated toilet?
Incinerator toilet where you burn your crap.
Incinerator toilet?
Where you burn your crap.
Why? Why would you do that?
Why not?
Well, wouldn't it be?
Why
better
not? It's
than
like
letting
zero
it sit
waste.
I suppose, yeah.
So
They do
you
that
know,
on boats.
And
But
that's like
I suppose how much gas, like natural gas, would that use?
I don't think it was gassed.
How did it burn it?
How'd they burn it?
It was like they like electricity or something. They lighted with electricity and I have no idea.
Or with gas that came out of a tube and they
I'm
lit
really
it.
glad that we're done eating because this conversation has taken a really interesting turn.
So okay, I don't know all the function of it, but what I understood was just right before you use your toilet. Only for number two. Only for number two. You don't use that toilet for number one. You use it for number two. and you
You'll get to control.
you put a little piece of paper thing that looks like a coffee filter.
Yeah.
You put a little coffee filter thing in the toilet, covered it, and when you do your business, it'll be in the coffee filter, and then you let it, and then you step on the pedal, whatever, it falls into the incinerator part, and then it burns, and it just turns to acid, and it accelerated compost.
I just want to note, by the way, to the audience, how many times do your conversations at the dinner table go to this topic? Feel free to put in the comments. Thank you.
Seriously, our conversations, like with my family, turned to this topic a lot. So,
Well, when you go eat, eventually you have to talk about how, what's going to happen after that.
I say because I know that there are some families that are very clearly like that is not appropriate. That's not okay. And meanwhile, every time
hey,
we
it's
eat,
not politics
it's
or religion. That means it's okay, right?
Right.
Yeah,
There you go.
I was gonna say for us, it's it always leads. It always leads.
The butt
I wouldn't
factor.
say
It always-
always, but a lot of times.
So it's interesting. I just said share. Please like and share.
So,
Somebody's
as
watching
he
too much
said,
YouTube.
mostly in Alaska, hard to put storage and septic in permafrost. So that's why you have the incinerator toilet. Yeah.
Oh.
It's in Alaska.
Oh.
Yeah, well, you can't have a septic out there.
No, that's really valid.
Yeah. Okay,
Ooh.
so as he tells us, how does it burn? Is there a gas unit? Is there propane? Or what is it that incinerate? Like, what is the source of the incineration?
It's your mother.
Shut up.
Kayla.
We are 57 minutes. We have 3 minutes
Okay,
left. Let's
fine.
make this through before you make a mama joke. Okay? Jeez.
Too late. I mean, she already
I
did.
know.
We're gonna have to separate.
She said gas and pilot light. So I guess it is gas.
That makes sense.
Have anybody actually tried to burn their own poop before?
Oh wow!
Seriously?
No.
No.
Okay. I was gonna say backpacking style.
They probably used
Wow.
to back in the day when pioneers and stuff. I would guess.
I thought we just dig a hole and let it happen, and then
Oh no, I think
just cover
They
the
used to
hole.
burn cow poop.
yeah, cow poop. Never mind.
Dry.
Yeah, dried cow poop.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't think white
Cow patty.
Why?
Great
Why
kindling.
would they want to burn
Great
cow
kindling.
poop?
Because when
Because
they
you
were
don't
out on
have
the Great
other-
Plains,
you don't have
trees
other
were
tinder.
commodity. You couldn't burn grass. Dried cow poop was one of the few fuel sources they had.
It was dried grass.
All right.
I'm Melvin Flynn.
Thank
All
you.
right.
I'm trapped.
So,
I trapped
well,
them
the
violent.
remaining 4 people, we'll find firelighters. Okay, so what we made the 4 people who somehow stick to with us in this
To
hilarious.
this dirty end.
Any question you guys have for us before we close out this amazing show? Because this is family dinner. This is what we do for Breaking Bread. This is also how we are. This is how we
We've
organize.
gone from Breaking Bread to Breaking Bad.
So for those people who want to
Breaking
understand
Bad.
how the Rainbow Collective
There's
organized,
that too.
how we get out, how we do events, this is how. We go from organizing to crap talking to food to bull crap, and then
Literal crap
eventually we talk about events.
Well,
And
you know
Batman.
you're or you're comfortable with somebody if you're comfortable talking about bodily functions. I mean, if you're not
Or
comfortable
you
with
just have
somebody, you're not
absolutely
going
no
to say
shame.
it. Well, what?
Or you just have absolutely no shame.
I'm no shame. Hey, you know, okay, you know what? I
I
have
have a
this question.
little shame, but usually not.
Okay,
that
maybe
much.
this is was 7 o'clock. But last question: Are are people comfortable doing number 2 anywhere? Like I'm one of those people.
I am.
Like I don't care where I'm at in somebody's house or restaurants or school or wherever. If I gotta go, I gotta go.
Yeah.
So when you say
I gotta
anywhere,
go,
you
gotta
mean
go.
anywhere appropriate. It is you can go to a restaurant, not as opposed to, well, I'm in the middle of the sidewalk, but hey, it's time. So,
Anywhere is slightly appropriate. Like you're not gonna get
I would
arrested.
say
For.
anywhere appropriate. I mean, for example,
Anywhere you're not gonna get arrested for.
if you're going, for example, if I'm going to go hiking and I literally can't hold it, then basically it's going to go in the woods.
Yeah, I'm like I have, you know, now number 2, but number 1, I'd be like, I'm gonna go around that tree. Don't come over.
Yeah, and like basically that. I mean, yeah, it's more
But
like basically
your
please
basic
keep
question
walking.
is, do
Please
you
keep
have-
walking.
Yeah,
Leave me
keep walking.
behind.
Yeah,
Leave
yeah,
me
yeah.
behind.
I'll
performance
catch up.
anxiety, yes, I can use the bathroom at a restaurant or a movie theater or anywhere.
Yeah, I'll use a public restroom, but I will not use a porta potty or an outhouse unless I am desperate.
I feel like the porta potty I would still go when I need to go, but I'm always like have this like fear of like something gonna come and grab me.
I know, right? It's like,
Work a
Anyway,
couple seasons in a Ren Fair and that goes away because you just don't have a choice.
yeah.
so you guys want to last thing before we close up because we're 7:01 now.
Cool.
What do you want to?
Thanks for joining us. Sorry.
Thank you
Okay.
all.
Thanks for serving us. Yeah, have a good, nice time and enjoy the food dinner and as well ending in the cycle of life. All right.
Bye.
And I got it from the